All right, here we are with Hilkiah versus Kevin. Hilkiah sporting a Golgari Scales, third one, Malinor Elf. Looking good, looking quickly. Now Golgari Scales has been not really popular in the Pioneer meta, and Kevin rightfully pushing the elves. Always both the elves or push the elves. You don't know. Basically, that's rule number one. If you can deal with the mana acceleration, deal with it. Hilkiah shocking land right there. That's Overgrown Tomb. And I think they're just going to lower down the brightness just to make sure that we can see there you go, 20 and 18 Hilkiah Golgari Scales. There are a couple of variants of the Golgari items. Say for example, Golgari Elves is also quite popular with the advent of Collected Company. There you go, that's the Unwinding Snake, if I'm not mistaken. Whenever you cast or whenever a creature comes to play with a counter, double that counter, or create another counter of that type, if I'm not mistaken. I might be paraphrasing here, and just let me know if I did it correctly. Kevin, as you know, on the other game, he's always sporting the Rakdos Midrange #1 deck as of the moment. That's another fatal push for the snake, and I believe that's tap land, Den of the Bugbear. Hilkiah draws. Let's see if he can put in pressure on board. To be honest, it would have been awesome if the elves survived. Alright, that's the another elf that accumulates a +1/+1 token and then passes the turn. There's a argument there to say Hilkiah should have just played these elves first before doing the snake. I believe the snake would still trigger because snake is already in play when the +1/+1 counter comes into effect. Therefore, it would actually pump these elves one more time. That's what I believe would be the case. I'm not quite certain. Maybe he drew the other elves on the turn. We shall see. Kevin shocks. Stumps one elf. Goes to Jesus. And then does the adventuring. Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw. Hilkiah plays a land. Casts an elf and casts a coiling serpent, if I'm not mistaken. That's 3 x is equals to 3, comes to 3 counters, pumps the elf, then attacks. Kevin takes 1 damage and then passes 3 damage and then passes the turn to Kevin. Kevin untaps, plays land. This could be it's the Saga, I think, of the Mirror Breaker. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Really cool. A Terminate. Immediately dies. There's an argument actually to say that you should have just made the Serpent bigger rather than playing another elf, which is a bit of a lackluster. But let's see. He's pumping for X is equal to 6, I think, or just 6 to cast. That's a Fight Me Hydra. Ferocious, if I'm mistaken. It will be fighting. I'll probably go for... Oh, he's just doubling. He's just going for the throat. Okay, double that counter. Coiling's attacks, takes 3 damage, down to 13. Kevin goes to draw. Discards his lands. Kevin has been lucky in drawing 2 lands or lands every time. I'm not sure about the mana composition here, but it feels like he has been drawing a lot of lands in this game. So that's a Croxa, takes 3 damage. Yep, and land drop. Cast the Bone Crusher, passes the turn. Alright, time to get the snakes out or cast a... That's Vivian. Fight first and attack. Sounds good. Probably go for fight. I'd go for fight. Remove the Bone Crusher Giant because that's the biggest one on the field. Let it fight and then swing for, I think that should be 8 plus 3. Opponent will be forced to... Will be down to 2 if I'm not mistaken. 8 plus 3, no. Yeah, down to 2. Yeah, just do it. Fight. He's actually considering plussing. There's also an argument for that, but to be honest, 13 on 13, I would rather go for that play. You are basically at a advantage. Yeah, you can just trade your Vivian, your doing a lethal anyway. Oh, okay. He went for the plus play. Okay. Go for the elves and then swing for the fence. That's also an option. +2 there. Definitely, because you want to trade your creature. Be able to trade with the Bone Crusher Giant. Attack, attack, and just attack. Forcing a block from Kevin. I think this would be... It's not looking good for Kevin. I would definitely say. Block and block. Okay. Kevin will take 9 damage down to 4. Trades with the Serpent. Dies. Trades. Hilkiah has a demanding board right now. On top upkeep and then the Fable flips. At this point, Rakdos seems to be on a back foot right here. There's 2 creatures. Very hard to deal with. Plus a Planeswalker in play. Not certain if... Theoretically, if Hilkiah has a side... Oh, okay. Kevin packs it in.
If you would like to support this channel, check out our website at topdeckph.com.
Alright, game number 2. Post board. Kevin, look at his hand. Starts with a Thoughtseize, turn number 1. That's a lot of creatures. And 4 lands. Okay, go for the Garuk, because that's hexproof from black. Not really protection, but sort of a pseudo protection. Hilkiah did away with the elves. I think if I were to sideboard from Kevin's position, I would probably take out the Thoughtseize against this type of deck, because it's not going to yield you very much efficiency. Granted, also you're on the play. I want to maximize the amount of creature removals, probably. Okay, and that's the vampire coming into the field right there. The most efficient one, 3/2. That comes with a blood vial token. Winding. Snake goes to attack. Wait, why? What? He just took it? Really? Oh, okay. I forgot. There's also one ability of this Serpent. I believe it's protection from multicolor. So the vampire can even block. Harvester. Oh, but can also be very stomped. Let's see what the Serpent can do here. Hilkiah is definitely leading this from the looks of it. That's one of the good things about Bone Crusher Giant, is that you get a lot of use with the card. Technically, it's a 2-card in 1. Well, it's not technically. It is a 2-card in 1. Okay, and then that's the elf. Another 3/2 that comes into play, which pumps the elf. Pumps it twice, technically, because of the snake boiling. Attack takes 2 damage, 15 all. I believe that's Resolute. The name escapes me right now, but I will probably put it on the comment section or description. Excuse me. Pro tip: when people are reading the cards, just let them read the cards. I think Hilkiah is trying to explain how the dynamic works of putting an additional +1/+1 counter on that elf. It's really good to clarify as well. Make sure that you understand what each card does, so that you can make a very good informed decision. That's a Terminate, I believe, or I think that's a creature removal. Torn between Fatal Push and 2 to cast creature removal. Exactly, remove the snake. Attacks takes 3 down to 12, passes the turn. On top of keep draw. Kevin is not drawing their lands, unfortunately. I think it's time for Alpha Strike from Hilkiah. That's 6 on the board. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think this just goes for 6. Down to 9. And here's my Scavenging Ooze, an all-star right there. There's already 2 creatures on the graveyard from Hilkiah, if I recall. There is the snake and a serpent. Well, Am I? That was just a coincidence. But end of turn, he can pump it. The Scavenging Ooze. Make it a 4/4. Remember, Kevin still has a sense of Blood Vial right here, but he's really on the fence. That's a Terminate right there. Terminating which one, though? That's a problem. Okay. Potentiality that could grow. Now it's Hilkiah's turn to read the card. Alright. Kevin deep on the tank right now. He just terminated a creature. There's another terminate in hand. I think he's debating whether or not to attack or not. I think probably the best course would be to hang back, block, and then sacrifice. That's the best thing he can do. Buy some time. Hilkiah has only one card in hand. So end of turn, put some one counter. That's a smart move. And then after it resolves, make another one. That's how you do it. Good move. Pro tip, you can stack it and make sure it resolves first. Then you can actually activate the ability again. Hilkiah drawing a lot of lands. Opposites for Kevin. Hilkiah doing what he does best, and smash going in. That's a block right there. Trades. I think I would go the other way around though. I would probably go block the Scavenging Ooze and then sacrifice for Blood Vial, unless the Blood Vial has been discarded already. Yup, they're just thinking about the life total right there. Nothing to pump right there. Blocks. Down to 2. On top, upkeep, draw. This is a good place for Kevin because he can now theoretically terminate the creature. And then he's just going to pump. Hilkiah will just basically pump it. Honestly, if I were in Hilkiah's place, I would probably just remove 2 cards from Kevin's graveyard. This 2. There you go, there you go. So that it makes it a bit awkward for Croxa to come back. Gain 1 life. And then it's terminated. Goes immediately to Jesus. Land drop, pass the turn. Now, in theory, Kevin can... Oh. Oh, Hilkiah. Bringing back memories. Gear Hulk right there. Kevin needs to draw something really good. Or a removal. I think this is where you should have sequenced it correctly. Alright, it's a Bone Crusher Giant. And yeah. I think Hilkiah will just run over this Bone Crusher Giant and just call it a game. Another one, as DJ Khaled would like to say. And there you go!